And critics are saying some very nice things about his performance in his latest film called Raw Deal. Here is Arnold Schwarzenegger.
The most unhinged guest Johnny Carson ever had. Welcome back to the channel. Before we dive into these jaw-dropping moments, hit that subscribe button and help us reach 10,000 subscribers. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. For 3 decades, Johnny Carson was the unflappable king of late-night television. The consummate professional who could charm presidents, calm nervous starlets, and trade witty banter with comedians. But even television's greatest host occasionally met his match when guests went completely off the rails. Behind Carson's famous smile and seemingly effortless control lurked moments of pure television chaos. These were times when celebrities ignored the unwritten rules of the talk show format and descended into behavior so shocking that even the unshakable Carson couldn't hide his discomfort. Today, we're revealing the jaw-dropping moments when Johnny's famous composure was tested by guests who weren't just eccentric. They were absolutely unhinged. In an era before publicists micromanaged every celebrity appearance, these wild, unpredictable encounters created the kind of raw television magic that would be impossible today. From drunken tirades to physical altercations, from shocking sexual comments to dramatic walkouts, these are the guests who pushed Carson to his limits and created unforgettable moments of late-night insanity. Arnold Schwarzenegger, the bodybuilding cringe, 1979. Long before he was the Terminator or the Governor of California, Arnold Schwarzenegger was a brash young bodybuilder with Olympic-sized confidence and virtually no filter. His 1979 appearance on The Tonight Show to promote the documentary Pumping Iron caught Johnny completely off guard with its shocking sexual frankness. Don't forget to subscribe. We're posting more incredible Hollywood stories every week, and your support means everything. The young Austrian arrived on stage with the swagger of someone already accustomed to adoration. Carson Alwa, YS comfortable with athletes, began with standard questions about training regimens and competition. But when Johnny innocently asked Schwarzenegger to describe the sensation of the pump, the blood flow to muscles during intense workouts, Arnold's response created what might be the most uncomfortable moment in Tonight Show history. According to the source document, Schwarzenegger declared with absolute conviction that the pump was like having sex with a woman, continuing with graphic details comparing muscle engorgement to orgasm using terminology that was absolutely forbidden on 1970s network television. He exclaimed about this feeling happening day and night as the camera caught Carson's expression, transforming from polite interest to genuine horror. The audience reaction was immediate. A shocked silence fell over the studio. In an era when even married couples were still shown in separate beds on television dramas, this level of sexual explicitness was completely unprecedented. Carson, the master of the sly innuendo, looked genuinely thrown by Schwarzenegger's graphic comparison. "Well, I certainly wouldn't know about that," Carson finally replied, tugging nervously at his tie, a gesture longtime viewers recognized as his signal of extreme discomfort. What made the moment particularly jarring was Schwarzenegger's complete obliviousness to the social norms he had just shattered. While Carson attempted to steer the conversation back to safer territory, Arnold continued describing his physique in aggressively sexualized terms, seemingly unaware that he had crossed a line. If you're enjoying these behind-the-scenes stories, make sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Behind the scenes, producers were frantically signaling Carson to wrap up the segment. According to longtime Tonight Show writer Raymond Smith mentioned in the source, the control booth was in total panic mode, with phones ringing from network executives demanding to know what was happening. Carson, ever the professional, managed to redirect the conversation toward Schwarzenegger's competitive achievements, but the damage was done. When the segment finally ended, Carson reportedly turned to Ed McMahon during the commercial break with a wry comment about getting pumped in a way the FCC wasn't going to appreciate. What's remarkable about this appearance is that it didn't derail Schwarzenegger's budding entertainment career. In fact, some argue that his unfiltered confidence, however inappropriate for the venue, demonstrated the charismatic force of personality that would eventually make him a box office titan. Schwarzenegger was not invited back to The Tonight Show for several years. When he eventually returned in the mid-1980s as a rising Hollywood star, he was noticeably more media-trained, though no less confident. And Johnny, with the weariness of a man who'd been burned before, steered very clear of any questions about the pump. Burt Reynolds Dom DeLuise, The Whipped Cream Fight, 1974. We're halfway through, and if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the perfect time. Help us grow this community of classic TV lovers. Carson generally enjoyed having Burt Reynolds on The Tonight Show. The mustachioed sex symbol was charming, quick-witted, and told great Hollywood stories. But when Reynolds appeared alongside his comedian friend Dom DeLuise in 1974, what started as a standard interview devolved into one of the most chaotic scenes ever broadcast on late-night television. The trouble began innocently enough. DeLuise, known for his physical comedy, had brought a can of whipped cream ostensibly to demonstrate a cooking technique. But mischief was clearly on the menu from the beginning as DeLuise winked conspiratorially at Reynolds while explaining his culinary expertise to Carson. According to the source document, Carson remarked with the prescience of a man who had hosted thousands of celebrities. "I have a feeling this isn't going to be about cooking." But even he couldn't have predicted what happened next. Without warning, DeLuise began spraying the whipped cream at Reynolds, who responded by grabbing a pitcher of water from Carson's desk and emptying its entire contents down DeLuise's pants. The audience erupted in shocked laughter as the two friends engaged in what quickly became an all-out food fight. Carson, initially amused by the hijinks, became visibly alarmed when the battle spilled literally onto him. Reynolds, caught up in the moment, grabbed the can of whipped cream and turned it on the host, spraying a line directly across Carson's immaculate suit. "That's a $500 suit," Carson exclaimed, a rare moment of genuine irritation breaking through his professional demeanor. "Almost done. If you've made it this far, you're clearly a true fan of classic television. Subscribe to join our community and never miss another amazing story." Tonight Show writer Pat McCormick recalled that Johnny's smile never disappeared, but anyone who watched him regularly could see the difference between his real laugh and his "I'm going to murder you during the commercial break" laugh. This was definitely the latter. The cleanup was so extensive that the next segment was delayed, forcing NBC to extend the commercial break, a rare disruption to the show's precisely timed format. The remaining interviews that night were conducted with visible stains on the carpet and furniture. Despite the mayhem they caused, both Reynolds and DeLuise were invited back to the show numerous times, though notably never again together. As Carson later quipped to an audience member who requested a reunion, "I can't afford the cleaning bills." These unforgettable moments showcase why Johnny Carson remained the gold standard for talk show hosts. His ability to navigate even the most explosive situations without losing his composure or control made him a television legend.